Let's face it, islands are always fun. They're exotic paradises filled with gorgeous oceans, beautiful beaches, sandy shores, and breezy coasts. But for a lot of us, most of the fun comes from disconnecting from city life. So the few of us who can try to take a vacation to an island or a beach probably once a year. But what if the island is only there once in a year? Yeah, there's a village in Goa that shows up just once every year. Don't worry, I was a little confused too. I know, before you ask, it's not part of Atlantis. That's a pretty dumb joke, dude. I don't know why we keep putting these. Enter Curdi, a small Goan village known for its beautiful Portuguese architecture and gorgeous beaches. The once lush village of Curdi lies in southeast Goa between two hills in the Western Ghats, and it was once home to around 3,000 people. The village also felt the rumbling sounds of the Salaulim River, a tributary flowing into the Zuari, Goa's largest river. And it looks pretty gorgeous, right? But over the last few decades, you can only appreciate this beauty for about 30 days in an entire year before the entire village is submerged underwater again. Things began to change for the inhabitants of the village around the 1960s after the liberation of Goa from the Portuguese. The first Chief Minister of Goa, Jinal Mandot, considered the village to be at an exact strategic position to build the state's first dam. The idea was that the dam constructed would benefit the people across South Goa. Now, while the plan sounded good in its nature, the people of Curdi were the ones to suffer. At the time, Goa was in desperate need to distribute water for its ever-growing population. And the way to do this was to build a dam across Salaulim, which had vast reserves of water. So, you build a reservoir with a dam, so you could potentially provide 400 million liters of water for drinking, irrigation, fishing, and industrial purposes. But all of this meant that the village of Curdi would be submerged. In 1986, the newly constructed dam was met with a heavy monsoon, which submerged the entire village, and forcing all of its residents to uproot their lives and find homes in the neighboring villages and towns. The plush Curdi was now underwater, and the village was no more. He, Dayanan, said, "It will drown our village, but our sacrifice will be for the greater good." This was said by 75-year-old Gujanan Kurdikar to the BBC. He was very young when his family had to depart from their ancestral home. According to reports, as many as 634 families were relocated and compensated with agriculture and residential land around 15 kilometers away in Vadim and Valkenem. The move was particularly hard on people, as they stated that they had nothing to take with them and they had to rebuild their life from scratch. And for a lot of people, it took upwards of 5 years to do that. The village of Curdi was a long-standing vestige of secular India, where people of many faiths, including Hindus, Muslims, Christians, all cohabitated in peaceful and celebratory existence. Every year in May, the water recedes and the barren land of the village is once again exposed for just 1 month. In the wreckage, you'd see examples of temples, chapels, Muslim shrines, and broken down houses that have faced the damages of the underwater depths of the Salaulim River. The very sad and unfortunate part is the original idea of constructing this dam to spread the water wealth to all of South Goa never really came to fruition. The tap system did not come through to all villages of South Goa as promised, so we do not get our drinking water from the dam, Gajanan told the BBC. Many displaced families had to rely on the government tankers to provide water in the dry months of April and May. But in an incredible testament to the human spirit, the month of May is actually a joyous one for the former residents of Curdi and their families. They gather to celebrate in their former town, with the Christian community coming together to celebrate their annual chapel feast and the Hindus holding a temple feast during this month. It is through the memories and the stories of the former residents that the spirit and culture of Curdi lives on. The story of this magical village that pops up just once a year from underwater has turned out to be quite a tourist get, with a lot of documentarians and filmmakers coming to visit to tell the tale of Curdi. It is in this passing of the story that the village that once thrived begins to be immortalized in history. So, the next time you're planning a Goa trip, try to make it in the month of May so that you could get the chance to see a village that emerges just once in a year.